Hey guys, welcome to PJ's Coin Capers. So today the Royal Australian Mint have put out a new Facebook post and they've basically updated all of the mintage figures on their website. So the post says, do you collect circulating coins? The production figures for the circulating coins on the Mint's website have now been updated to reflect updates made in the Mint's 2021-2022 annual report. Please note 2022 dated circulating coin figures only reflect the first 6 months production for these coins. Noodle on. So they've actually used the word noodle. And if you do click on that link there, that'll take you directly to the pages we're about to look at in a moment. So it's always fun just reading the comments and getting a bit of an understanding of what people are finding. So as we can see here, Ali, and I've seen you about our Facebook group. So if you're not a part of the Facebook group, PJ's Coin Capers, join the group and join the discussion. But it says, don't be fooled by the 2022 $1 mintage, though definitely a high mintage for next year's update. So I'm assuming that Ali is finding plenty of the 2022 $1 coins. All right, so let's have a look and have a bit of a browse and see exactly what they have updated with the 5-cent coins to start off with. Now, I think we're just going to pick out some of the mintages here that are, well, that really do stand out. And there's one obvious one there, which is the 2019 JC effigy. So that is the current effigy that we have on all of our circulating coins. And of course, that will be changing, no doubt, in 2023 to King Charles. And still sounds strange to say that, but yes, King Charles. So the 2019 JC effigy with only a mintage of 2 million. Now, if we were talking about really any other coin, 2 million is still classed as a low number, but especially for a 5-cent coin, that is extremely low. Okay, so the JC 2019 at 2 million, we have to go back only a couple of years to find something that is in any way comparable, and that's back to the 2016 at 4.8 million. So these numbers have, I think this JC number has certainly dropped back from memory. I thought it was at least in the 4 million range. So I knew it was certainly low, but they've made it a lot lower. I wish I had screenshots of what was previously updated here. And I've probably got some in some of the videos. We've certainly looked at these pages a lot over the years. But that JC effigy, if it's only at 2 million, that explains exactly why it's so hard to find that particular coin. And if you look at the years following, so the 2020, 21, and 22, now I've received some of these rolls in when I've been grabbing some coins from the banks, and at 25 million, I won't be bothering to keep any of those. I simply open them up and have a look to see if there's any particular error coins. But that just shows you the previous years and the 2019 JC being certainly a very low mintage coin at 2 million. Hopefully it doesn't change. All right, these numbers have changed over the past few years. All right, the 10-cent coin, let's have a look at what's gone on there. So we're really just looking at the more recent years. So let's have a look here. So we've got the 2018, which is at 3.3 million. Once again, the JC being at 2 million is a nice low number. And we can see here the half year figures. So from the first, the first half of 2022 up to June 30, the production was at 4.1 million. So it's still technically a low mintage coin. But at 2 million, the JC 2019 is once again a very nice low keeper if you can find them. The 2011 at 1.7 million is the lowest of the circulating 10-cent coins. All right, let's move on to our 20-cent coins. And we will scroll down through. As we have a look, we can go past all of those state 20-cent coins, which are all in the mid to low twos. And as we keep going down, we will get closer to where we need to be. All right. So once again, the standout figure right there is the JC 2019 at 2 million. I'm not sure what was reported prior to that, but certainly it is a more difficult coin to try and find. Sorry about that. The dog was barking. I had to go and deal with it. All right. So at 4.5 million, the 2016 changeover, and certainly at 2 million, that 2019 JC would be considered low mintage for the 20-cent coins. There's some anomalies with the 20-cent coins where, say, you've got the 1988 at 0.2, so 20,000. At 200,000, but no one seems to be able to find those guys. And then there are other years that they haven't been produced, and certainly some of these numbers in the 80s here are numbers that you will not find either. So even though they're high production numbers, you won't find them either. All right, so let's move on to the 50-cent coins. Now, this has been interesting for a couple of years, purely around the JC and the IRB 2019 coins. And certainly over the time, I have started to find a lot more of the JCs compared to the IRB effigy, so the older Queen effigy, just for those who are unfamiliar with our abbreviations. And that's based on the person who designs the effigy is what we call the IRB. And the JC, they're just the initials of the designer of the actual effigy, so the Queen's head. All right, so now we've got back down to the 2019 area. We can see here that I don't think a lot has really changed prior to 2019, but and certainly the IATIS, the languages coin, we've always sort of known it was around that 2 million. So the IRB has come in at 1.1 million. A slight, it has jumped up a little bit. The JC, I think, has jumped up a fair bit. Probably they've added at least 1.2 million onto that figure, I believe. And the JC 2020 has also, we've got a bit more of a firm figure on where they're sitting at 1.1 million. So we do have some other low mintage 50-cent coins, being the 85 and the 93, both at 1 million. So these guys at 2019 and the 2020 IRB and JC at 1.1 is a nice low mintage 50-cent coin that you can find in your change. And certainly I've struggled to find those 2020s more so than I've struggled to find the 2019s. All right, $1 coins. As we scroll through, what are the notable ones here to look at? Certainly the 2016 changeover at 560,000 is a standout. But as we move along, we can see here now the 2019 JC at 2.1 million. Another fairly difficult one to find. And the 2020 was one that we probably anticipated early. We thought was going to stay as a low mintage, but then all of a sudden everyone started finding them. So from that point of view, they have, they've really grown in number, where they've hit right up to the 6 million, 6.4 million. So the 100 years of Anzac, that was previously reported at 0.6 of a million, and now we're up to 2 million, which is, at least they've updated it and everyone's now certainly aware of it. But there was some price impact with those coins because they were thought to be around that 0.6 million. But I think that'll settle down now that the news is official that they are at 2 million, and I think most people expected that they would be at 2 million, so no surprises there. A couple of interesting things though. The 2021, which we've certainly felt for a long while, where are they? They're not really being found. If you look at eBay pricing on this particular coin, the 2021, They have been very difficult to find either bags or rolls of those coins, and most of the sales or offerings on eBay have purely been ones that have come out of mint sets and the like. All right, so 160,000 only. Will that number change? We can't say yes or no. In some ways, I hope it stays nice and low. It's great having these low mintage coins, but the 2022. This is what Ali was speaking about in her comment there. Don't read too much into that 10,000 figure there. She believes that those numbers will certainly climb, which no doubt they will. All right, let's get on to the $2 coins. Probably, yeah, we've spoken about this a little bit in the last, when the annual reports did come out, that a lot of the figures have now been bumped up to, or rounded up really, to 2 million. There were some around the 1.6, 1.8, that kind of thing. So we're basically seeing there that a lot of the colored $2 coins are now at 2 million. All right, so probably the thing to take away from this right now is this particular coin. So once again, the JC 2019 at 2 million. Previously, the low, which is the 2011 at 1.8, I believe. Where is it? Yeah, 1.8 million. So the Aboriginal Elder version of the coin. So this would be a second lowest Aboriginal Elder as far as $2 coins, and a lot of the coloured coins are coming in. So in the years that have probably in the last 5 or 6 years, the mintages have been around that 2 million based on what we can see there. So what are we looking at down the bottom here as far as newer coins go? Yeah, they're all around that 2 million, or they are 2 million. So I doubt that those numbers will change, but you never know. They're only reporting technically half-year figures. Have they made any more of the honeybees? We'll wait and see. And the frontline workers, plenty of people have found many rolls of those through the security rolls. Now, one other thing I want to have a look at is which is this here. So these are the corporate coins, okay? So the $1, $2, and there are some 1 cent coins, but we'll just have a look today at the $1 coins. Now, I'd be interested to have your feedback on this, okay? So we'll scroll down. These are all of the coins that basically been produced and put out either through Australia Post, Woolworths, those kind of outlets. So we can see they're all the Great Australian Coin Hunt coins. Now, this one here, the G for Great Barrier Reef, I'm questioning whether or not this figure here is correct. At 225,000, I think that's far too high. I believe it's possibly meant to be more like around the 22,500, I would have thought. So it'll be interesting to see whether that figure gets corrected in years to come. It's one of those coins I actually don't have, so I do need to grab one at some stage. I will have to buy one, and I'm guessing that they're up around that $200 mark. Most of the other ones have come in a bit less than $500,000 for those, and we do have some of, what was these, the Wiggles coins at 300,000. So all the other ones basically haven't been, no mintage has been allocated to those 2022 Coin Hunt coins. All right, back to the top, and we'll have a quick little look at the $2 ones. So I'm not sure whether mintages have changed, but there is some interesting observations here with the newer coins that have been released over the past couple of years, and certainly they are the ones, from 2020. We can see there that the mintages are all around that 2.5 million for all of those particular coins, and 2.3 for the Wiggles coins. Now, the one thing they haven't placed in this list right now is the centenary of the Socceroos 2022 coin, which is technically a Woolworths production. And it'll be interesting to see what the mintage comes out on that. And that probably means that that particular coin wasn't produced until the latter half of 2022. So yeah, potentially we won't see that figure until later on. I'm not sure if it's even reported in any way in the annual report. I did hear rumors that it was certainly below the 2 million mark. So that'll be interesting to see where that Socceroos coin ends up value wise in the next few years. All right, guys, that is it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed this little look at all of our new updated information. It certainly took a while. It took almost a month for the RAM to update the figures, which is unusual. And I think a lot of us were struggling to fully interpret the numbers that they had put in the annual report. One other thing I will just point out, they've put here the double asterisk for mintage corrected. Now, a lot of these have had the mintage corrected, but there's no asterisks on any of these $2 coins. I did see an asterisk on one of the other figures earlier, but I would have thought that they should use those asterisks just so that people know that there was an error and it has been corrected. All right, guys, that's where we're going to leave it today. Please, if you've enjoyed this video and you like the channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave a comment. Oh, just one other thing. It was great. I loved reading all the comments yesterday in relation to the Vegemite coin set that's just come out. And I love the fact that everyone is talking about how they like to eat Vegemite, which was actually quite eye-opening in some regard, how some of you enjoy eating your Vegemite or absolutely hate it, or what you eat as an alternate. So thank you very much for leaving those comments. I really did enjoy reading all of those, as I do. Thanks very much, guys. Bye for now.